The first food category that we'll talk about today is the breakfast cereal category. There are three major changes to this category. More sizes are allowed, we can add new brands at any time, and there are some updated nutritional requirements. Let's look into each change a little bit further. One of the most exciting changes to the breakfast cereal category is the added sizes and variety. Previously, we could only approve sizes that could add up to exactly 36 ounces, but now we can approve any size up to 36 ounces. As a result, we've added more sizes of currently approved cereals and new cereal varieties. Purchasing 12-ounce or 18-ounce cereals is still a great way for participants to ensure that they use their full 36-ounce cereal benefit by choosing three 12-ounce or two 18-ounce cereals. But some participants will still prefer to buy their favorite cereals that don't always add up to 36 ounces. Luckily, the addition of more sizes will help participants get as close as possible to their benefit amount while allowing flexibility to purchase their favorite cereals. For example, if a participant buys a 13.3-ounce box of Frosted Mini Wheats, that leaves them with 22.7 ounces left over. Even though there are no WIC-approved cereals that are exactly 22.7 ounces, there are many options that get close. For example, if they pair their mini wheats with a 22.2-ounce box of Rice Chex, they would only have a half of an ounce left over. To help participants make the most of their cereal benefit, there are a few helpful tools that we'll discuss shortly. The second change to the breakfast cereal category is that we can now approve cereals at any time throughout the year as long as they meet federal guidelines. We no longer have to wait for a formal food review to add new cereals to the approved product list. As we become aware of new cereals through participant submissions using the I Can't Buy This feature on their WIC Shopper app, or through vendor submissions, we can add them to the approved product list without delay. The third change to the breakfast cereal category is the updated nutritional requirements. The new federal guidelines now require that cereals contain 6 or fewer grams of added sugar per dry ounce compared to the same amount of total sugar previously. This update makes the sugar requirement less strict than before, allowing us to approve more products with added fruit or other natural sources of sugar. The new federal guidelines also require that 75% of all WIC-approved cereals are whole grain cereals compared to 50% previously. We will not have to remove any cereals from the approved product list to meet this guideline, but we will continue to balance whole grain and non-whole grain cereals as we add more products in the future. There are currently over 175 hot and cold cereals that are WIC approved, including over 80 new additions, so hopefully everyone can find something that they like. There are three main supporting materials to help participants understand their cereal benefits. One helpful resource is the shopping guide. The breakfast cereal section of the shopping guide no longer shows specific brands that are approved, but instead outlines the criteria that cereals must meet to be WIC approved, including the nutritional criteria. We hope that adding nutritional criteria throughout the shopping guide will help increase transparency and help participants understand why we can approve some foods but not others. This section of the shopping guide will also feature a link and a QR code that gives participants access to the tips for buying breakfast cereals handout on their phones or computers. The tips for buying breakfast cereal handout is a great resource for participants. It helps participants understand how many ounces of cereal they can buy, their new cereal options, how to choose options that will add up to 36 ounces so they don't leave any benefits unused unless they choose to do so. The back of the handout has a full list of WIC-approved cereals and sizes and where to buy each. We'll continue to update this list regularly as new cereals are added to the approved product list. Lastly, the WIC Shopper app has a cereal calculator button that participants can use to keep track of their remaining cereal benefits. Participants can also use the scan barcode button to check if products are approved and the I couldn't buy this button to request a product review for foods that should be added to the approved product list. The most important thing to let participants know about this category is that there are lots of new sizes and varieties of cereals available, but that they should plan out their purchases if they want to get the most out of their benefits. Remind them that any benefits they don't use will not roll over to next month, and make sure they know about all of the resources available to them.